Hey guys, it's finally here. I'm back for another episode of the DMCBcast. Thank you for all your support over the past couple months. School's been doing a lot recently, so I haven't been able to make episodes as I have wanted to. However, here we are, Halloween episode, just to let you know upcoming episodes that will be happening with the different holidays. We'll have a Thanksgiving-themed episode. There will be a Christmas one, hopefully a New Year's one, which will take place in Rome, which is very exciting. And so on and so forth from there. And then once we get back into the summer, we'll have weekly episodes again. So that's about it. Hope you enjoy the episode. There's a lot of just random talking. There were a lot of guests on today's show. So if that's not what you're into, just a lot of people talking, then this is probably not for you. But if you prefer that, then listen right away. Thanks.
Five little pumpkins sitting on a gate. The first one said, "Oh my, it's getting late." The second one said, "There are witches in the air." The third one said, "But we don't care. We don't care. They might be scary, but we don't care." Number 4 said, "Run, let's run." The fifth one said, "I'm ready for some fun." Ooh, went the wind, and out went the light, and 5 little pumpkins went rolling out of sight.
I can't do this. I break your sternum.
I don't know what this means.
Do
You
it
use
again.
words.
I don't know.
It's okay.
How you doing, Brian?
How about that time when Tuxford actually got a hug from,
That
one of the
was
graduating seniors? He felt his sternum crack, and then he's like, "Yeah, that's normal." And then he's had chest pain ever since, and he's just not dealt with it.
The time that someone broke Tuxford.
Who was you
I don't know, but someone I think it was.
Clearly someone who wanted him
Who's
dead.
the guy who would always just hug people?
Luke Miser?
Me. Aaron.
Luke
Miser.
Miser still
David
at
Idle.
I know, but he
No,
still
what-
hugs everyone.
No, it was 2 years. It was 2 years ago, seniors, and it was some dude who would just
Oh, our senior class 2 years ago had someone like that.
I forgot who it is.
Need to
Did
stop
they
sneezing.
My
know?
best friend.
He's in
I
he's
think
in
Aaron's
my
so-
mind's
oh,
eye.
sorry.
I
Not
can
Aaron.
see
No, I need
him,
to stop sneezing.
but he would
James.
fucking
Connor.
pick you up.
Klein?
I don't know, but it was
Donovan, you need
basically.
to stop.
I need to stop sneezing.
You
You're
need
right.
to stop that.
But basically, all of his
I'm trying.
hugs were,
You know, there must be some
huge
dust
bear
in here.
hugs
You're done
There's
here.
that you would not
There's
have
good dust.
Yeah.
Oh, Badri.
Oh!
He's from
Badri.
last year.
Yeah.
I know.
You're a
graduated
dumb-
last
Miles,
year.
you are literally a
I know, I was so wrong.
just a human mess.
But Badri gave him a hug or something, and he just felt his sternum crack, and then he was just like, "Yeah, my chest has really hurt ever since." And I'm like, "Dude, that's not okay."
I mean, to be fair, I broke a rib last year and I never went to the doctor for it. It still kind of hurts
I'm
sometimes.
trying to do nostril exercises.
Why do people
That's so
go to the
bad.
doctor?
Do things.
It's expensive.
Why are you doing shit?
I don't have time to go to the doctor for every little.
Doing an
bone I
underground fight
Did you
club?
know that you
can't
broke a
go
rib?
to-
Well, yes.
How do you know
Do you
if
need
you
a
didn't go to
tissue?
the doctor?
No, I'm good.
It hurt so much to the touch
Okay.
that I couldn't
It's all
hug people
sneezing.
for
It's
weeks.
not. There's nothing extra going on
And-
there.
Also, I
Extra.
gave my friend a
Yeah.
concussion that night. That was just.
See, I'm
really
not dying
bad.
here, Leah.
I was-
Okay, well that's.
You guys were in a
That's-
fight club.
Well,
All right.
Sure.
Interesting.
It was.
If you want to make that
interesting
argument,
experience.
then you can go ahead.
Oh, Tom's little
It
brother
was his fault I broke a
broke
rib,
his
my
friend's
fault that he got a
ankle.
concussion.
No,
We evened it out by hurting.
which of Tom's brothers is the one that
That's
broke
pretzel.
his friend's ankle?
I just want to take this
Henry.
off.
It's gotta
Which one
be
is Henry?
Henry's the douchebag one.
Come on.
Oh.
It would be a little bit more accurate.
No,
to
I
not.
tried it. Yeah, just have half of it off.
You could be a
I tried. Okay.
post-war movie.
You actually,
You could be.
I tried because I fucked up really bad,
Bro.
and I was like, ah.
it just doesn't.
It kind of part of it did, but then my face was really red underneath. I was like,
No bueno.
maybe
Almost.
I
So you
shouldn't
think makeup
have
was a
listened.
bad idea?
Maybe I
Using makeup is always a bad
Maybe
idea.
using
That's
oil-based
a lie.
paint was a
Maybe.
bad idea.
Oil-
I'm sorry. Ever since I had that experience with oil-based paint and Mr. Fernandez, the old janitor, looked at me with fucking Mickey Mouse hands as I was like covered. Because I got because I was painting one of the boxes for Midsummer's white to use it as a chest for like summer theater. And we accidentally used the oil-based paint in Studio B.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And so
I'm just
I
trying to keep my
had
nostrils
Mickey
in
Mouse
check.
hands, and the janitor.
I know, I'm sorry.
Looks at me. He's just like, like no.
Dude, use Murphy's.
You are my favorite storyteller.
I'm even worse. Just
I'm really bad at it.
It's okay.
And with that, welcome to the next episode of the DMCBcast.
We have been recording for 5 minutes and 40 seconds. So
I don't think I've spoken in those 5 minutes at all.
no, you've been silent. You've been waiting patiently.
Except for telling me that you look disgusting.
While we're all conversing at the
As
same time.
always.
I didn't tell you guys the rules.
Alright.
That was awful.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm the host.
Yeah,
I'm the hostess with the mostest.
guys.
Yay.
Welcome to this very special Halloween
I always
episode of the
think of hostess.
DMCBcast.
Too spooky.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Melanie.
we're recording.
That was
We
your
have
best contribution,
So many new guests. I'm
Donovan.
pretty sure almost everyone's a new
You're the
guest.
hostess cake
Well,
with the most.
except
Oh, thank you, Leah.
Miles and
Speaking of
myself.
new people,
Miles
let's
is
go
not
around the
really-
room because there's a
Miles
lot of
really
us this time.
contrast.
No, yeah, everyone knows Noah Lubner. He's been
Yeah.
in every single
Oh,
episode.
by the way,
doesn't?
about this episode, we're recording on a Ouija board. We
Yeah.
just plugged the microphone into a Ouija board, and
It was really weird, and he had like a Macintosh 2 cable.
yeah. And I was using a Lisa monitor.
Really.
Yeah.
The ghost keeps trying to use Internet Explorer.
And
so.
and like for some reason we need to like put a
why
Sega
we can't
CDX on
contact
top of
him.
the
It's
Ouija
so
board. Yeah, like a Sega CDX, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and then they need the 32X attachment on top. It was complicated.
All right.
just have
We
an
should
upgrade,
introduce ourselves.
Yeah, Noah, do you want to start?
Yeah. I'm Noah Lubner, the eternal guest.
Hi,
Noah.
Noah.
Welcome to the AA.
The PA,
Thank
the
you.
podcast addicts.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Let's go
That was
that
awful.
way.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I'm Miles. I've ruined every podcast that I've been in so far.
Ruining things since day one.
Day 2, actually.
Ryan Kimmelbierstock is here. Well, why?
Oh,
Who
don't talk about
knows?
yourself in the third person, you smug.
That's what my character is.
You are a smart.
We'll get to our characters in a second.
Oh man.
Keep that away from you. I'm Audrey.
Yay!
What?
I'm a space lesbian. Okay.
I'm Sam.
Which Sam?
I'm Sam.
Okay.
Sam, who
And I'm a
original.
Yeti.
Just like my microphone, actually.
Okay, but my
Whoa.
costume wasn't space lesbian.
I'm Melanie. I've also ruined every podcast I've been on, and this is my first one.
I feel you
That's
so
so
hard.
self-deprecating.
Why even try anymore?
I feel you
Melanie,
so
we
hard.
love you. You don't
I
ruin
love me
anything.
too. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, good.
I'm Leah.
Hi, Leah.
Thank you very much, Brian.
Glad you could join us here on the DMC.
You know what? I am too. I'm very glad. You guys are very privileged to have me here because I am an in-demand individual. So,
Fun fact:
What a
Leah
nerd.
has already been on an episode.
oh shit.
She was in the background.
She was walking with Monty,
I
I
think
want
it
to
was
say.
Oh
Monty.
shit.
Our good friend Monty,
Yeah.
I don't know him that well.
If
but-
you listen closely
Our
during
good
the
friend that you
second
don't know
episode,
that
you can
well.
hear her yell.
Oh,
Wait,
well, good.
really?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta look for that.
So many
Gotta
people
listen to
were in
me
that episode.
Yelling.
Congratulations, you made an impression, Leah.
I appreciate it, you guys.
Round of applause.
God, that's gonna sound so bad.
It is. Anyways, we should probably all go around the room and say what we're dressed up as on this very special Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
I'll start. I'm product placement. Right now, I'm wearing a Toast to East
Buy
Theater
Coke. Buy Coke.
sweat. Yeah.
Gold.
I have a
You're not
Coca-Cola
product
pillow.
placement, Noah.
Buy Coke.
Leave it to Donna.
Noah is my life partner, so he can speak for me. It's okay.
I love you.
We've come to that conclusion. And then also, I have a yellow hamster here because I'm a G.
That's not even yours.
It is.
You've
look,
shared-
I co-own it.
You've shared custody of that.
Yes.
And
Didn't you
it
guys
was-
get a divorce?
No.
question mark.
Who did you just divorce?
That's another story. Let's keep going. I don't want to divulge in those times in my life.
Okay, well, I'm Mulan. Again, I'm Leah, in case my voice isn't recognizable enough.
We know it from your yelling.
Yes, thank you very much for that. I'm not even quite sure what I was yelling about.
You were just like, ah!
That sounds about right,
You're
honestly. Yeah, but I'm the most G Mulan you'll ever see.
Debatable.
Debatable.
Oh. I haven't seen all of them yet. There's
Oh,
probably
dang.
multiple.
Yeah, have you
There's
seen
at
the
least
second
5
one?
in the United States.
At
probably.
least 5
Wow,
Mulans.
I'm just-
Okay,
yeah.
well, you're probably not gonna see them, so you'll ever
I
see
mean,
them.
you don't know that. You don't know how I get around these days.
I do.
Not by Mulan.
By Spacemobile.
Debatable.
This episode's sponsored by Spacemobile.
No,
Product
what even
placement.
are you?
It's
I am
sponsored by
dressed
Prime.
like trash.
Yay!
That sounds
Well,
about right.
Yeah, but
All
what's
right.
your costume?
All right.
Sounds of Noah sobbing for 5 minutes.
Yeah. So dressed as a bad cosplayer who's cosplaying Dave Strider from Homestuck. Don't read it, you'll die.
You will die.
Who's trying to be dressed as Genzi, I guess? I don't know. I didn't get that far into it. That's too many layers.
Ogres
Onions have
are like
layers.
onions.
I said that.
Noah is like an onion.
And then he said that's too many
Make
layers.
people cry when they cut
What
me.
about
Oh my.
Okay.
Miles, what are you? Please
Miles.
take this tray.
I am Beaker from the Muppets.
Ooh.
Are you really though?
Beekman from
That sounds
Beekman.
like
Are
a
you-
lie.
Well, there's many things I am. I'm
Are you
Beekman.
anything?
Are you feeling
I'm
this?
Beekman from
I'm trying to
Beekman's
figure out
World,
this.
which, if you didn't already know, is a show from like the 90s. It's basically like early 2000s.
Guys,
well.
you want to watch that tonight?
You obsessed.
Yeah.
I can't believe
It's basically Bill Nye the Science Guy,
Bill.
but they're
Bill.
all from Brooklyn, and there's also a fat
Crooklyn!
and there's also a fat dude in a rad costume. It's quality. Yeah.
Quality
It's
television.
actually great. I used to watch the same VHS all the time. I learned a lot of stuff from that, like how to use a VHS player.
It's good. It's
That's
really
really
good.
Cool. That's
Brian,
interesting.
what is your costume?
I am whatever you want me to be.
He's Hugh Jackman.
Please just tell me what your costume is.
What do you see?
Noah, what did he start
You
out
just-
as?
That's not my name.
This isn't blind expression here, Brian. Either you're
That's
something or you're
not
not.
Aubrey, what do you
That's
see?
not my name.
Come now, Aubrey.
That's not my name.
That's not my name.
Did you say Aubrey?
He said
Yes, Aubrey. What do
Aubrey!
You are
That's not my name.
terrible.
It's Audrey with a D.
I
I
think
will punch
everybody in the
me.
podcast knows that you said Aubrey.
No.
No.
Someone's gonna die.
I think everyone knows that your ears suck. Oh! Mom, get the camera.
So,
So
what do you see,
Aubrey.
Aubrey?
I see a jackass. In a
Yeah,
weird
There you go.
You.
But what's his
Exactly.
costume?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, you made that joke
You already
twice
used
now.
that
Let's
joke.
calm
I know,
down.
I didn't. I was gonna use it only
You should
on
have
him.
saved it.
I know you
But
should
then
have.
I used it on him.
So,
that was the whole joke the entire
So I
time.
guess you're an overused joke.
Oh.
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 I don't even know that for sure.
Yeah, but what's his costume?
I saw your face and you're just waiting to say it. Like, I saw you debating if you should tell that joke or not. And I saw that happen.
You are garbage. I love it.
I know.
Well, Aubrey, what's your costume?
I don't like this game. I'm Harley Quinn from Batman.
Are you though?
I am.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Are
I
you
am.
sure?
I have more things, but I cannot wear them
But
because
you
itch.
just didn't wear them.
I wore most of the costume. I wore the most important part of the costume. Also, I'm blonde Harley. I'm not Harley from the original Batman comics.
Debatable.
I'm Harley from
Everything's debatable.
Arkham City. Moving on.
Wow, that's really interesting.
So
Thank you, Aubrey.
Sam, do you want to talk about what you are now or what you were before?
What you were, definitely.
What I was, I guess, that works. I was, I don't know. If you want to look it up on the internet, the words to type in are stilt spirit. Those are the words that will get you the results you're looking
Bunyip
for.
gets you the results.
Use your
Which
imagination.
is just like a giant... It's a giant thing that's spooky. It's spoopy.
Just amazing.
So spooky.
Check her out, you know? It's like...
Wait, so when you
Like my Facebook page.
Jesus Christ.
Like, comment, and subscribe
Like,
if you want to see more
comment,
videos like this.
On a podcast.
What were you, Melanie?
I was a mouse, but I have since lost my ears.
You were mouse.
And I am cute.
You-
That is what I am.
You told me
Aw.
yesterday
Word.
that you were going to be a panda, and you were wearing panda
But
ears.
then everyone at school was like, "Wow, you're a mouse," and I was like, "Okay, I guess."
Sure,
People
why not?
at school are wrong.
Don't let people dictate
I don't
what you
care.
are.
Yeah,
Donovan.
be you.
You
Yeah.
and you.
Except for Halloween.
Pass
Don't,
me
then don't be you. Be
No.
something else. Be something spooky.
I am.
You need to
I
wait.
need more of
Well,
them.
alright.
I
I
know.
hate
Spoopy
them.
is me.
It's so
You are
great.
They're disgusting, and I'm going to eat all of them.
Noah, should we move on to the next?
Yeah, we should.
Well, what do you want? We have a
Did it
couple
sound like
options
that
here.
When I scream.
I think we should divvy
You'll have
up
to
the
listen to
time
the podcast
between
and find out.
stories
I
and
will. Just for that. Oh, I
topics, I guess.
So,
Wi-Fi.
part of the show today
I don't
is going to
know.
be people just telling spooky stories.
Whoa, I don't know if I can do this. Can I
If you-
leave?
If you have young children at home, this is the time to push them towards the computer and say this is what real life is like.
Get
Oh,
wrecked,
boy.
son. Like literally your son. No.
Son, come here. It's time to get
Wrecked! So no, I know.
Whoa!
No, I know that you definitely have a spooky story.
420 no
Well,
scopes.
it's
Is it
Keep your
spoopy?
marinade.
Oh, it's your
I
life
haven't read
story.
it, actually. I
think-
have two stories. One of
Yep.
them is actually kind of frightening.
I think we need the lights off. I need the.
Yeah, this is
Does
not
any of
spooky
us actually
I
have
need
a
the light.
legitimate spooky story? Because, like, I tried.
Oh, wow. That was
tried.
For the listeners at home, it is now all black in this room,
except for.
and I'm feeling some mad racism coming on.
I like this. The atmosphere is nice. It's very spooky.
up.
It's dark and no one can see
Thanks,
your face.
architecture man.
You are trash.
Why, thank you, Aubrey.
So no, are you
I
gonna
don't
tell your
like
story?
this.
Nah.
So before Noah contemplates, does anyone else have a story to tell?
I kind of have one.
All right, Aubrey, if you want to
Whoa.
start, then
My little sister used to like telling scary stories, and she's 9 years old now. She was around 6 or 7 at the time,
okay.
but she had a very fuzzy understanding of what dictated a scary story, as well as a very fuzzy understanding of what lawyers were. All she knew was that my mom used to be one, and that she quit, and my mom complains about lawyers. So Ramona had this scary story she told a couple of times a day. Where it was
The best types of stories are told 5 times a day. to
Where-
the same person.
You would never forget it, surely.
where she was in a dark room,
Such
and
as
she
this.
was near a scary closet,
7 spooky
and she
19me.
opened it,
And out here.
and it was full of bats
Oh my god.
and briefcases
Oh my god.
and lawyers.
Ah! So spooky.
That
So
was it.
spooky.
That
Guys,
was the
there's a
story.
closet over there.
I love
It
my
might
life.
It's
have
also
lawyers.
dark in here.
Dad, what are you doing in there, Dad?
It's too real!
Lawyers.
Don't forget to wake up!
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
If you want to see more videos like this,
So that was nice. That was a nice story.
That was a
Well,
good
Thank you,
story.
Aubrey.
That was too scary.
Can you call me by my name now? How
Nah,
about
Harley,
Freaky space lesbian?
Correct?
yeah, can I call you Space Lesbian instead?
Sure.
I think that's pretty radical.
Yeah, I'll call you that instead.
I'm a space gay.
So now that Space Lesbian Aubrey has told her story, is anyone else up for telling a spooky tale?
I'll do it.
All right, Noah's going now.
Alright, so
Loser.
this is from R.L. Stein's Twitter.
Oh.
Whoa.
He was
Noah's one for the modern age.
He was like, yo, I'm
Noah's
gonna
one
tell a
to be-
story on Twitter.
Are you misquoting him? That's
Yeah.
plagiarism. Yeah.
That
No,
doesn't sound like
I
a
am
direct
going
quote.
to try to write a story live on Twitter now. The story is called What's in My Sandwich?
What's in-
my sandwich?
What's in my spook witch?
Lawyers.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Dad, what are you doing in my sandwich?
Please.
Dad.
Please,
I need to love you,
please
son.
get your hand out of my sandwich, please.
I want to make the taste good.
Alright, here it is. People call me a loser, but that's going to change. I was in a little diner downtown and I ordered an egg salad sandwich, ... I was about to bite down on it when I noticed something moving in the egg salad. Was I imagining it? No! I saw a hairy, three-fingered claw push a clump of egg out of the way. I saw two round black eyes, a fur-covered face. The creature poked out of the sandwich, sending egg salad tumbling up the plate. It was the size of a fat beetle! But it wasn't an insect. It had a furry head and eyes that peered into mine.
It was Nick Offerman.
Before I could react, a second creature poked out, and then a third. My sandwich was infested.
With swag.
My stomach lurched. Is everything okay? The waitress said. Yes, I'm fine, I said.
Nice voice.
See, I already say that. That's the point where like logic comes into play at this point.
Why wouldn't you say there's something in my sandwich?
Yeah. It's the name of the
And it's
story.
got your name written on
Tori,
it.
come on now, Tori.
Could you wrap the sandwich to go? Finding hairy things in your sandwich is gross. What?
But like, let's keep
But I knew the
I wanna see what
sandwich would
happens.
make me a winner. The sandwich would turn my life around.
R.L. Stein's on cocaine.
Yeah.
Not
I think
surprised.
you discovered the truth.
Discovering a new life form had to make me rich. I carried the sandwich home carefully and set it on the table.
The end.
That's it.
Too spoopy.
But wait! There's more!
For only 2 more orders.
For 2 easy payments of $272.
You get half an egg salad sandwich?
Yeah.
What about 747?
I didn't
Be cool.
hear my son Willie come home. When I finally
Yes,
saw
it's
him.
a son.
Father?
Oh,
you were they're real willy-nilly about
Then why
it.
was he sitting alone in a diner eating an egg salad sandwich?
Because he's a
That sounds
loser
like-
and his son hates
Because
it.
he's an adult and that's what adults do.
Egg salad
They're
on
very
his face.
Sip
I
inside.
ate the sandwich. If only I could have stopped him. Now the creatures are biting holes in his stomach.
Oh my
They're
God.
biting holes in Willie from the inside, poking their pretty heads out of his stomach, chewing his flesh. Okay, a minor setback, but I'm not giving up. Willie is screaming in agony. The poor guy is terrified.
Jesus Christ.
I am so excited. Where is my camera? Willie is gonna make me rich. Hashtag.
Oh, sorry.
Free Willie.
And
Hey, thanks, Melanie. Wait to ruin the podcast.
now we're
She
gonna
has
have to pay
fulfilled her
royalties or something.
Oh,
That was the end. The hashtag.
Why?
Yeah.
So let's take a show of hands. Even though I can see no one in this room except for Noah. Who thought R.L. Stein was on some type of drug while he wrote this? I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's
8 arms, but they're all Noah's.
That's 8 out of 9. That's 8 out of 9. But wait, there's only 8 people in this room.
What about the lawyer in the closet?
Dad?
Wait.
Don't eat that.
I can still keep making that joke because my dad's a lawyer.
Great.
Your dad is
Congratulations.
no longer a
Hey,
lawyer.
be cool.
That's
I
a good
can't.
story.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
a
a great
I've
story.
tried.
That
R.L.
was
Stein, keep writing.
Like,
Please.
totally, though.
He's just
You are
scraping
the
the
best
bottom.
writer I've never read anything.
If I ever
else
get
by.
married,
So,
I want
can I-
R.L. Stein to officiate.
on the lines of R.L. Stein. Can I paraphrase a Goosebumps book?
Please do.
Please do.
All right, this is my
Please.
story
In the words of Noah.
from R.L. Stein that's been paraphrased. There's a kid, and he gets
That's
captured by some
loud.
dudes. Melanie, what are you doing?
I'm street passing. I need to do this. It's
Did you
important.
run into me?
I think so. I'm excited.
Is this the
Excuse
plot
me, what
of the
now?
book?
Kind of.
Please, please continue.
So there's this
That sounds
dude,
so nice.
and he gets captured, and he wakes up in this like warehouse with no one in there, except for like this weird creature thing that looks like gelatinous goo.
I
and-
guess that.
He eats some macaroni
this
and cheese
flubber?
and some milk, and he like uses the thing as a blanket.
Aw.
And then he
With
when
the gelatinous
and then he
thing?
wakes and he goes back to sleep. When he wakes up, he's at home, but then when he steps outside, he lays an egg. That's actually the paraphrasing of the story.
I've totally
The end.
read this book.
Ryan knows what I'm talking about. This is what got. I had nightmares
I want
about
to read
it.
this
I had
book
nightmares
100
about
times.
this.
What
I
was
had
the book
nightmares to
called?
the point where I stopped reading Goosebumps books. I had
Miles,
not read
would
a
you like
Goosebumps
to
book
write a
since
play
4th
based on
grade
that with
because
me?
of that.
Based on what?
What is
That
the
story
book
that Donna
called?
I don't know.
Yes.
I'll do it too.
Someone
You were
pooped
not
an egg.
invited.
That's I don't know.
Thanks for that.
So does anyone else have any spooky stories?
I have another one, but
That's
Why?
I just want to see everyone.
I see the
No.
light.
But that
We've all got
hurts
some
me.
beautiful faces.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. See, Brian knows when to take a compliment.
Can I call you Brian?
Shut up, Brian.
Yeah, Brian, Aubrey.
Brian?
Yeah,
Brian.
Brian.
Brian, Aubrey, Mai over here.
Miles, you got any spooky stories?
I'm looking
Nice.
at. I'm looking at.
I have one.
You
Leah
didn't
has
come
a spooky
prepared?
story.
Whoa, do it!
Okay, well, it's probably gonna be horribly told because, like Miles, I am.
Do you think mine was any better than what's going to be happening right now?
Maybe
I
it
believe
might.
you.
I talk about a guy like had mac and cheese and then pooped an egg. Anything you say is going to be miles better.
At least I was amusing.
Miles
though.
better?
Miles.
Better. Oh.
Mom, get the camera.
okay.
Okay, so I'm about to tell the story that is actually quite short of the Jersey Devil.
Oh.
So
So Polly Shore.
yeah, okay. Actually, it's Snooky. Okay,
Yeah.
end of story. End of story. Okay, so in the 1800s in New Jersey, you know, people just had a lot of children, even though they didn't want it.
Yeah,
So there's this one woman who was having her 13th child, and she was very old, so her child ended up deformed, and she actually hated children. So who knows why she had so many children?
Joy to the world, am I right?
But she didn't have enough time to take care of all of her children, especially not one that was so handicapped as her 13th child. So she took her newborn son and actually threw him in the river. Well, years passed, and he ended up surviving and learning to
And he
live
lives
in
in
the
the
wild.
van down by the river, right? That's the SNL skit, right? And then he becomes a counselor.
Dude, stop.
Saying.
Yeah, so she throws him in the river, and he ends up somehow surviving, even though he has this morbid disability, and he actually ends up becoming the Jersey Devil, and he kills everyone. So, yay!
Yay!
That was the scary story of the Jersey Devil.
Is that a true story?
Happy ending.
Yes, it's true.
That kind of reminds me of one time I was looking up female serial killers because I was curious.
Who's your favorite?
I
Me.
can't really
Latifah.
choose one.
That's nice.
I love it. But there was this one lady who ran like a nursery back in like the 1800s when people would like bring their children to her, and then she'd like raise them for a few years, and then they'd come back and be like, "Hey, where's my kid?"
Oh, okay.
And she would take newborns and drown them, and she killed like upwards of 200 people. So
No, not people.
Babies.
Children.
They're not
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
That's
Not-
like 50 regular people.
Do you see this lady? You get tired.
Wait. What?
I want to look at her. God.
I want to be her.
oh, that's hot.
Wait,
That
but
is
my-
let's face it, no, you basically are.
Visual jokes. Visual jokes on the audio podcast.
Yeah, wait, here. No, get that in the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, guys, I have a
Jane
spooky
Toppan.
story.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, Miles.
ahead.
Which
You know
one
what,
is it
Miles,
that
that
you
took you long
pasted
enough.
from the internet?
All right, guys.
Copy pasta.
It's called Sonic.exe.
Stop.
No!
What? If you're gonna tell this story, I can tell my Kanye West and George Bush fanfiction I found on the internet. Okay?
Oh, that's actually
No!
worse.
We don't need
That's-
All right, guys.
that's
All right,
too
all right,
scary.
guys.
Why would you do that?
Miles is gonna tell the best story we'll ever hear ever.
All right.
Everybody can stop talking after Miles finishes the story. No words will sum up the human experience better than this.
Okay.
My
Hey,
name is Simon. Everything has changed over this one cursed disc. I keep it to hopefully save my friends from his grasp.
His grasp.
It all started on a very sunny day.
Just...
It was the weekend,
Why can't
and
you
I was
just-
taking my daily walk.
Yes.
As a 13-year-old boy, I was very adventurous.
Daily walking.
While walking, something caught my eye. It was a vacant house. I then decided to enter the house, hoping to find
This is
something
how all
useful to
spooky
me.
things start.
As I entered the house, I noticed it was very dusty and that everything was broken.
Wow.
When I entered the master
In
bedroom,
an empty house?
I saw a
Everything
computer
was
that
broken.
looked maybe 3 or 4 years old. I wasn't planning on taking the computer. I had already had a new 2013 Windows 8 laptop.
Boo!
As I exited the room, I heard the computer turn on.
Welcome to Microsoft. This is a Surface tablet. Do you want to plug in your one USB port?
I turned around to see the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 startup screen. I ran to the computer and I sat in the chair. To my surprisement, I only saw Sonic. When I pushed the enter button to start the game, I saw something unforgettable. In one quick glimpse, I saw Sonic. With his hands reaching out at me with black eyes, crying blood.
Why do they have to be black?
And red dots looking through my soul. The ocean was now blood. The angelic wings were now stained with blood that looked real. I immediately turned off the computer and took out the CD to see what game it was. I didn't want to believe what I saw next.
What was it?
The CD was named Sonic.exe.
No.
The 2 looked like it was scratched on the CD. I took a moment to breath.
We need a moment to breath.
Yeah. Wait, Miles.
Wait, guys,
We all need a
on
moment
the-
to breath.
on the count of 3, let's all take a collective breath. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Miles, continue.
The 2 looked like it was scratched on the CD. I took a... Oh, I already read that. And then I thought about what happened to my friend Tom. All I remember of my friend Tom,
Beef Wellington?
Tom.
We haven't seen
Tom.
Tom in like 3 years.
was that he moved, and I never heard from him until that fateful
So,
night.
Tom.
No, this one.
I was watching the news. It was around 10 o'clock p.m. at night.
Oh, wait,
Welcome to the Department of Redundancy Department.
Huh. I get it.
Tom was reported dead, and all that was found was a Sonic.exe CD and a Sonic plushie with black eyes and red pupils crying blood.
Jesus Christ.
The realization didn't feel real. I was standing in the same place that Tom was standing. I thought to myself that this couldn't be Sonic.exe all over again.
They have to mention it every time.
After settling down, I called my friend Tristan, spelled with a Y, so I almost read it Tristan.
Is it spelled with a Y?
Yeah, over to accompany me and to keep them freaking out. When Tristan arrived, he asked me why I didn't call him. Why did I call him over?
Why did
I call you Tristan?
Why I
And-
didn't call him over.
And
Sorry,
more
Tristan.
importantly, why in a vacant
stop.
house?
Stop.
Once I started the game, Tristan quickly understood why as soon as I turned on the game.
As soon as
When we got to the character select, it looked very similar to Sonic Adventure. There were 4 characters to select from: Silver, Chaos, Shadow, and Amy.
Amy?
And Satan!
The characters didn't look 3D. They still were sprites. I was confused that Silver, Chaos, Shadow, and Amy were in a 1992 game.
Amy?
I then picked Silver because all the other characters were locked. I then heard a evil laughter.
It's Tristan.
It's Tristan.
Oh, man.
It's
I have to put-
It's the .exe.
The screen was black for 5 seconds.
Why can't it
And
be-
then
why
the
can't it be
stage
white?
named...
Does.
And wait, okay, the screen was black for 5 seconds, and then the stage named was called Long Time You Can't See.
What?
Long time you can't see.
As the stage faded in, I noticed it was Casino Night Zone. As I made Silver levitate through the stage, I noticed I could only move 2 basic directions, left and right.
It would have been great if they said left and up.
I could go down and left.
As
I
I
would
kept
go
on
down
levitating
on
right, I heard a sound in the
I
background.
am not afraid.
It sounded like the casino was powering down. After 30 seconds of levitating, the light started to dim in and out. As I watched Silver. He looked more and more scared. Then suddenly the lights in the background spelled tails and burned out. After 5 seconds...
Tails.
After 5 seconds in complete darkness, I saw red, glowing eyes that were crying blood. I tried to move Silver, but I couldn't. It had to be a cutscene. Then the lights turned back on, and right there, I saw Tails standing there. He was standing there, crying blood. He black and white fur, and he had no expression on his face. Then I noticed a shadowy figure of Sonic standing right behind Tails. After that, the lights powered off, and I heard a scream. 3 seconds after the scream, a message appeared. It said, "It's no use to escape." As I and Tristan looked in horror at what we just saw, I thought to myself that Sonic was controlling and telling Tails to kill Silver. But why?
No, Sonic's not doing
When
it.
I was brought back to the character select, I and Tristan saw Silver's eyes plucked out, his fur now the color of ash, and a bloody aura. Tristan and I tried to ignore the gruesome image. The next character to choose was Chaos. When I clicked Chaos, I heard the same evil laugh from before.
What about Amy?
The stage was named Crying to Death.
Great, let's try it, guys.
That's my life story.
When the stage faded in, there was another cutscene. It showed Chaos crying over his dead master, Eggman. After 10 seconds...
I'm sorry.
Visual jokes. Visual jokes on the audio podcast.
Miles, are you okay?
So for people who didn't know, we had the lights turned off, and Noah has decided to use flash on his disposable Fujifilm camera.
I also have something to point out. Noah has sunglasses on, and the lights are out.
Noah's a douchebag.
Guys,
This is basically Blues Brothers, but with bad cosplay.
Don't be Noah.
So
Wait,
guys,
You should let him finish the story.
Thanks for throwing us off.
it showed Chaos crying over his dead master, Eggman. After 10 seconds, I finally had control over Chaos. I moved him away from his dead master. As I walked, the stage looked very similar to the Death Egg. I continued walking, and I kept on hearing explosions getting louder and louder. I also saw destroyed robots. Hanging participles. Then Chaos stopped walking. Finally, a blast come through the roof and knocked Chaos down. When the sun cleared, I saw Knuckles standing over Chaos with black eyes, red pupils crying blood, and with blood dripping from his dreadlocks. Again, I noticed a shadowy figure of Sonic standing behind Knuckles. Chaos looked really frightened. Then in one quick second, I saw Knuckles throw a blow at Chaos, and the screen turned black. And I kept on hearing multiple punches. After 5 seconds, I saw a message saying, "Don't be afraid of death. Be afraid of the torture." That's spelled D-O-N''T''.
Okay.
After I see that, I couldn't handle it anymore. I ran to the bathroom to wipe my tears away.
Cheers on blood.
While in the bathroom, I heard a scream. I ran towards the bedroom. Tristan was gone. Tristan was gone!
He's not dead, he's just gone.
I looked at the computer to find Tristan
Oh,
pixelated in the game!
Tristan!
We'll miss you forever, Tristan.
I then saw a text box appear above Tristan. It said, It's too late for me, Simon. Finish the game.
It's too late for me.
You must finish the game. It then went to static from a text box. I then sat down in the chair and continued playing the game. I looked at Chaos. He was not water anymore. He was blood.
What?
Same though.
This story's been going on for way too long.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, but he's
After
not
seeing
worried
that
anymore.
that I then selected Shadow, hoping he would have a chance against this monster.
Dude, Shadow
Why?
doesn't stand
As
a
I selected
chance.
Shadow, there was no laugh this time. The stage name was called Death. The stage looked like Marble
so
Zone.
spooky.
As I made
Why does
Shadow,
the stage look like Marvel Zone?
as I made
No,
Shadow
Marble.
moved,
Oh, okay.
I noticed that he was passing sanctuaries and cemeteries. The lava in the background wasn't lava anymore. It was blood.
How
I
can
knew
you
it.
tell the difference?
All I heard in the background was the moaning of the souls of the
Okay,
dead.
hold on. This is from a time when Sega was using stuff like the Sega Genesis, so it didn't have that many colors.
Stop being
Like-
such a nerd.
But are you expecting the story to
The
actually
red
be
clouds
a
looked
thing?
like an evil face.
No, I'm saying like,
After 2 minutes of walking,
Lava.
Sonic appeared in front of Shadow. Sonic was smiling, looking down, and he had sharp fingers, black eyes, and red pupils with blood coming down his face.
Oh my god.
Sonic looked
Are you
lifeless,
sure it wasn't
but
lava?
happy, in an evil way. Before I could see Sonic attack Shadow, I saw Amy push Shadow out of the way.
no.
I was
Damn,
shocked
Amy.
because I didn't even choose Amy.
Amy, don't sacrifice yourself, not Amy.
As
That's
I
the
watched,
scary
I
part of
saw
this
Amy
whole
crying to Sonic.
That's the point.
Then
I
out of
didn't
nowhere,
choose Amy.
Tails, Knuckles, Silver, and Chaos surrounded Amy and Shadow.
Miles
It's
is
actually
dead.
killing Miles to read it.
His
That's
eyes
a
are
real
dripping
story.
blood for the
Physically harming him to read.
I then saw Shadow use Chaos Control. It looked like he took their evil
Control.
souls out. Tails, Knuckles, Silver, and Chaos were now all unconscious.
The
As I saw Amy,
The emphasis was key there. This is getting to a crucial part of the story.
it's spelled capital A,
If we
capital S.
like try to
Yeah,
figure
we know
this
how to
out,
spell ass.
Did they make Ash?
As I saw
Ash
Amy,
erupts from the lava.
as I saw Amy keep on crying to Sonic, he again turned.
that's the best one.
He was turning from good to evil again and again.
Same.
Over and over. That's what I mean.
Miles, is there an ending to this story?
Yeah.
Yes.
Will it ever?
Finally, the blood in the background started to shoot up straight into the sky.
Finally!
And then saw,
About time.
Finally, what
I've
we
been
were waiting
waiting.
for.
Gosh darn.
I then saw Shadow use Chaos Control again. He teleported himself, Tails, Knuckles, Silver, and Chaos to safety.
Happened to
Where'd Amy
Amy.
go?
Amy stayed with Sonic.
She loves Sonic.
But
They're
damn
in
me.
love.
They felt it was so important to make it its own sentence. Finally, the screen went static.
Winston.
Where
I
did
was
Tristan
speechless.
go?
It went
Tristan.
static.
I wondered what happened to Amy and
We're having
Sonic.
a memorial
Then
service
the
next
turned
Tuesday.
black, and a message appeared. It said, "Sonic, my love." It then showed Sonic with black fur. He looked like Dark Sonic, but with black eyes and red pupils, still crying blood.
This is this guy saying, I know a lot about the Sonic franchise.
Okay.
Sonic was standing there, weeping like his conscience came back to him for a while.
He hasn't even realized exactly behind the blood.
Hold on.
He's finally conscious.
Conscious.
So he was in a coma this entire time. And
Guys, his conscience came back to him for a while, and he realized what he had done. I was wrong, because Sonic then looked up at the screen and had showed an evil smirk on his face. Amy had saved me for now. I do not know the outcome of Amy and the others, but one thing was for sure, is that I will save them. Instead of destroying the disc, I kept it, saving it for the unknown. All I know is that I am facing an evil entity. Credit to Tristan Lewis.
Did
Oh,
Tristan write the story?
Rate this pasta. Rating 6.3 out of 10.
Quality.
Rating -2.
How many dancing skeletons out of 15 is that?
Solid 7.
A solid 7
Yeah.
skeletons.
I'd give that a 2.
Hey guys,
2 dancing skeletons.
who here knows of... Sorry, that was
That
a
sounds like
text.
Sam.
I was getting a text.
It does.
It's Lumpy Space Princess. But,
Sam.
who here is a fan of Hans von Hasel,
I'm a fan of...
the fan fiction
Furries.
author?
No.
No, you
I'm a
are
fan of
furry.
Sienna.
I'm not a furry.
You are such a furry.
Noah, you told me yesterday that you were a furry. You were talking about what I should be for Halloween, and I was like, I don't know, I'll just go as a panda. And he's like, go as a furry. And I was like, no, I already am. And he's like, to be honest, me too. And then he's like, BRB, I'm gonna go fuck a cat.
So now you're furries.
Wait,
You're both furries. Congratulations at life.
I saw an anthro dog boob. Does that make me a furry? A single anthro dog boob. Not even the dog.
Alright. So I have a question.
You have a question.
I would love to read you guys some Hans von Hazel. They're very short stories.
How short?
Are they short, like miles?
Like way short.
Miles short? Or like-
Less than 100 words.
Yes. Most of them are less than 100 words.
Less than a Twitter tweet.
Less than a Twitter tweet.
All
right.
Longer than a tweet. But they're-
Read one, and then we'll debate if we can continue on.
Okay, but here's the thing. There's so many to choose from.
Just choose a random one, and then if we want.
If
There's one about ABBA and the Beatles.
Yes, go.
Yes,
This
Dancing
one.
Queen is my favorite.
Okay, let me just find it.
I'm an actress at the Toasties Theater. ABBA's my favorite.
That is from ABBA's album Arrival. It's on side A of the cassette/vinyl.
Thank you. Okay, this story is called Internet Computer.
Oh, what?
The Beatles were tried to make a using of new technology, but were confused because the 60s.
Like the 60s
Because
with
the
Julia
60s.
Stiles.
It's a great excuse.
Oh.
Liverpool, shout the Beatles as a not working computer and smash to the ground. Ow, say computer. Why don't you make a read of instructions computer instead of smash computer? Liverpool, shout the Beatles up again and kick computer out the window. ABBA made a laughing as they watched computer smash onto the street outside. The binary spread the floor. Suddenly, ABBA made a stealing of all the Beatles CDs and made a putting them on the internet. Ha 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 ha, say ABBA, you cannot use computer.
Padre. That's convinced.
Liverpool, shout the Beatles. They tried to stop ABBA steal CDs, but already stolen discs. And everyone used computer to make the Beatles go to their iPod and a not pay Beatles. The Beatles were annoyed, but could no remove songs because the 60s. The songs denubed around internet and constructed in their binary. And so the Beatles go to the building of internets and steal the internet. No, say ABBA, you cannot steal internet.
If ABBA says so, I mean, it can't be true.
But a stealing internet.
Oh.
And the Beatles ran away with internet, but they drop of the nets, and internet smashed to the floor and a million pieces. The internet can never be constructed to its piece, spelled P-E-A-C-E, by the way, ever again. Scream everyone, and they chase the Beatles around and a hitting of them. That's probably how John Lennon actually died.
Rest in peace, John Lennon. Honestly, though, when when you said the Beatles said Liverpool, I just imagined like in Oedipus Rex, the movie,
in Theodore Rex,
where everyone was just saying everything at one time.
Yeah. I'm
Miles,
relatively
you didn't
sure
get my Theodore
he
Rex
thought
reference.
Liverpool or Liverpool.
She said Oedipus Rex, and I said no.
Wait, guys,
Theodore Rex.
I'm getting a call from Bella Kugel. Hello?
Put on speaker.
Hi.
Put on
Are you
speaker.
coming?
Put on speaker.
Gotta love the one-sided conversation on the audio
Speaker.
podcast.
Speaker. Speaker.
All right.
I am probably.
Oh, we're
leaving
recording
shortly.
a podcast right now.
You're on it, Bella.
She can take my spot because I'm leaving.
Yeah, if you get here soon enough, you might be on.
Only if she comes with a polka dot dress.
Yeah.
All
This is the only way.
We'll probably be recording then.
Polka dot
Half
dress.
Is this
hour.
the
Polka
Illuminati?
dot dress.
All right.
Oh, God.
Polka
Polka
dot
dot
dress.
dress.
Illuminati.
Polka dot dress.
Okay, bye.
Polka dot dress.
Triangle.
Polka dot dress is gone.
Polka dot dress.
You're in the Illuminati now.
Okay.
I started the Illuminati.
Illuminate?
Audrey, the difference between your story and my story was that mine was actually spoopy.
Sorry, but I think the
Okay.
stealings of the internet is pretty dang.
The only thing spooky about yours was
Then it revealed that Noah's a furry.
that's not spooky.
That's
That's
I know, that's
spooky.
pretty darn spooky.
That's
to
the
me.
spookiest thing I'll hear all night.
So,
Brian, what are you? You're just.
Why are you singing quietly in the corner?
guys,
Just sitting alone in the
what I
corner
do.
humming to yourself.
let Brian be.
Brian is dumb.
Let the children be.
We needed this.
Let
Brian.
Also,
Brian
Miles
be.
is just like strutting his hip out, just like
Let the
completely
children
sprawled across his chair
be.
there. Like,
Look at Miles sprawling across the chair.
he completely was. Like, that is very
Check out
sexual.
that
Okay,
sprawl.
And
Oh,
That's
hot
hot,
damn.
Miles. You can sit
This
down
is
now.
my jam.
also, it's dark, so.
And a party until the AM.
Hey, Miles.
Shut up, Anna.
Miles, can you give me a soda?
Oh, I just realized that
Give-
I got
give
the
me a
text
tab.
from Rosie, but I never opened it.
But they cannot do because the 60s.
Like, why would I do that to him?
For fun.
Because you guys did the same thing to me.
Yeah, but you're dressed as a douchebag.
Oh, it's the demon.
Okay, true.
do it now. Just be fun.
I don't post
But
anything.
like, should I or should
Now is not the time to be in challenge.
I?
I'll fight you.
I mean, there's nothing stopping
no.
you.
No, Jesus Christ, Noah.
But then I'm standing.
But they,
do it for me, so I don't have
So, Noah, what was the second part of the podcast going to be
they
about?
want me to lock the doors. So you should probably.
I
go
don't
here
know.
first.
I think we were gonna talk about the commercialization of Hallows Eve.
I
You
thought we
guys
were
are
also
locked
just
in.
gonna have topics too, as normal.
Yeah, does anyone have a topic?
Rihanna. What?
Can
Sorry.
I veto that?
Does
What?
anyone
you
have a
just
topic?
mispronounce Rihanna's name.
You
That's how
know,
it's pronounced. Rihanna.
a podcast.
Ah.
Friends.
Cheers.
You're
Really
Rihanna.
trash.
Happy
Only if
Halloween.
you're Rihanna.
It's the last day.
Let's
of
talk about the
Halloween.
commercialization of Halloween, shall we?
Let's talk
Alright,
about
Miles,
the
you want
commercialization
to kick that off for a
Valentine's Day.
second?
Dude, was Halloween
Sure.
ever not? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
Go ahead,
I mean,
Mark.
We're
like,
not asked to.
I mean,
kick it off.
you find Halloween stuff out in stores as early as like Christmas, you know.
Just look at all
Christmas of
these
the previous
skeletons.
year.
Look at all
Preparing for the
those
skeleton
Hey,
wars.
come on, they have to celebrate too.
To
I
be
mean,
fair,
as
we
if-
celebrate the skeleton war
As if
constantly.
and I mean,
That is true.
I mean, we could even broaden this out to all the other holidays as well.
No,
All the
we're
other
talking about
Halloweens.
Halloween.
The hallmarkization of all of the holidays.
Okay, what do you think of the validity
Yeah,
of
Kwanzaa.
Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day sucks.
Valentine's Day is
Sweetest
trash.
day.
Like, why though?
Whoa,
It's kinda
guys.
dumb.
Valentine's Day is one of the oldest holidays in that it was celebrated by the Romans and the Greeks who actually cared about Cupid.
You know what? I'm like
Because
really
they
Can we kick you off
interested
the
because
island?
you're speaking so slowly. It just is
But,
drawing
like,
me in right now.
The way that he's talking is piquing
But-
everyone's interest.
But
Why,
like,
See-
why are
see,
both of
he's-
you talking like William
It's-
Shatner?
He's also saying it in a way
I am William Shatner.
Oh
that
my
has
God.
little inflection, but
I am sorry for
So-
what I started.
Carries
it might sound
so
like
much
he's smart,
meaning.
but
M. Night Shyamalan
It's
and
just
on
the
Twist.
pauses.
I was
It's just
William
making
Shatner the
him
whole
sound
time.
M. Night Shyamalan's
Okay.
twist. No one was Shatner
Yeah.
the whole
It
time.
was a John Milan twist. It snowed today.
Wait,
What?
my-
I have a
That
cinnamon
sucks.
bun on top
You
of my
made
head.
a weather reference. Wow. That
Wait,
was
talk
quality.
about
So,
weather.
I have a question for
I
the
have-
forum.
Did you give this to me?
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan.
I have a
Oh,
question.
yes, Donovan.
In a John Milan reference.
I have a question for the
I'm a fan
forum.
of that.
The forum is what I have a question for.
Is the question for the forum?
How many of you went to a Halloween costume store this year?
I did.
I
I did.
I didn't
not.
buy
I
anything,
am
but I
afraid
went
I went
to
to
one.
Bart.
Now- I unfortunately was not able to go to a Halloween costume shop this year.
That's
So I
okay.
missed
it shows.
And I want to know,
Damn.
what was it like this year? Give me a full review of the place that you went to.
Alright,
Okay.
wait, can I start? Because I
Absolutely.
had a hell of a thing to do.
Alright.
So,
Leah needs some help though.
Oh, dear.
Like, should we attend to her first?
I think Leah just makes noises in the background of the podcast.
Yeah, Leah, you keep doing that. Sam, tell your story.
alright,
Come on,
so
it
I
adds
went
emphasis.
to,
Hey,
I
background
guess
noise.
like 3 places. I went to Bartz's, I went to Spirit Halloween,
Yeah?
and I went to like 2 or 3 Halloween Expresses.
How are those?
2 or 3.
Well, Bart's
Wow.
was, I don't know, Bartz's.
I think it's just Bart's.
It's solid, I don't care.
It's pronounced Gillis's.
It is though.
Ahoy!
People.
Spirit Halloween and Halloween Express were both in like derelict, like bombed out Kmart's and Walmart's and Targets.
That's all they are. That's all they ever are.
And
Like where else?
compared to past years, they were very disappointing, and it lowers my faith in
What
Halloween.
was disappointing about them? Get in detail here.
They now I remember a time when there was a Halloween Express that had its own standalone store, and it was beautiful. It was like the richest thing ever
Are you
for
talking
like
about
rich
the blow-up
people.
pumpkin on the...
No,
I have an interjection. The last Halloween Express I saw was in a old Blockbuster. So,
That's
so both
really
of those
spooky.
places.
Two dying
Um,
7 Spoopy 7.5 me.
Oh my god.
I saw a Blockbuster last year.
The one
Yeah,
still exists.
yeah, last year when they existed for about a
They
month.
didn't exist last
They
year.
like, I don't know, some of them.
There was a
popped
ghost.
It was a ghost
It
block.
was
were a
last
spoopy
year,
Ghostbuster.
September.
Oi, Lenny!
Thank you, Sam, for existing.
Donkey.
I'm
Donkey!
trying.
The fault in our
Oh, really?
swamp.
The fault in our donkey!
The fault in our
The
Swamp.
fault in our capitalist
fault
society.
in our swamp.
Hey now, Aubrey, be cool.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play.
Hey now, hey now.
Sam, are you done with your
This
review
is
of
what
Halloween?
dreams are made
Yeah,
of.
Halloween
Okay.
stores make me sad.
Aubrey, do you
Wow,
want to go
that's
next?
like-
I would love to.
Alright,
My
excellent.
Halloween store experience was relatively interesting.
Oh, relatively
Please say
so.
more.
In that it was in the same location
Relatively
as
more.
the annual.
Did
You know
she
how
give up a
Halloween
fight?
stores work, where they rotate into stores that are closed. And
Yeah.
take the space. So I had been at that location multiple times, but instead of Halloween Express, it was something called Halloween Extreme. And I tried to go to their website to find out what they
Taking it
had
to the
before
next
going.
level.
Yeah, but they spelled it with the E, so it wasn't that extreme.
Oh.
But I tried to check their website.
No, it's more extreme if you spell it with 2 E's.
We're STREAM. Stream.
Or extreme.
EX.
The fault in our swamp.
I tried to.
Turn that around. We'll post that on the Facebook page.
Ah, yes. Perfect.
I'm just on top
That
of
would be a
it.
vastly superior movie.
No, can you post that on the Facebook page, please?
Yeah.
I'll
But
source it though.
Yes,
I
I'll-
tried to go to the website before going to find out what they had, and the website was supposed to have click-throughs, but they fucked up the HTML. Not HDMI. The
The
HTML.
HDMI cables.
Dude,
Oh,
it's in 1080p! It's in 1080p! We did it! Xbox One. With the Xbox.
Anyway, they fucked up the website, so none of the links were actually clickable. They were just a couple
24/7 Halloween
pictures.
connectivity.
But then when I went to the store,
Click here for savings.
yeah,
Not.
but there was nothing to click on.
Click here for Menards.
Save
money at Menards.
The part of the store that was interesting was that they had a changing room, which they had never had before, which
wow.
was just
Wow.
as part of the store blocked off with plywood flats and
Yes.
curtains.
That
And
is-
Feeling
Yes.
1.5 off of
Wait.
the
Sign
ground.
me up, Buttercup. Am I
It
right?
was high quality.
Wait, I've
Before
totally
you
been
described
there.
it, it sounded so ghetto.
And I went in there because my mom was insisting that I try on a costume. I didn't even end up buying anything. And I went in there and there was just so much dust on the floor
It's literal
that
shit.
I pretty much
Who let Randy in here?
it changed the color of the flooring. Like if I stepped somewhere and then moved my foot, the floor was a slightly different shade of vomit gray.
Wait, there were 50 shades of them, right?
There were only the
50
two.
Shades of Pop.
Mahoina!
Okay, I am making my departure.
So that was
Oh no, Melanie's leaving.
I am.
So
Melanie.
farewell.
I'm
I'll
gonna
be
walk
your sailor.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
Melanie, do you need me to help?
Help what?
I don't know.
guys,
I'll
let,
help you with life
Clearly-
injection.
let's play her off. Let's play her off.
More help.
No.
Do you have the
Wait.
rights for that?
Play, goddammit.
Is that chair really more comfortable though?
Wait, you know what? We don't have the
Yeah.
Yes.
We can sing it.
Significantly
do it anyways.
so. It's
So-
like
It's only letting me play 1 second as if to tease me and say, fuck you.
Yeah.
Donovan,
I'm still in my costume, shaking my head up and down.
Okay, you guys, I have a Halloween excursion story.
You do?
I do.
Some
So, I swear to God, Donovan.
somebody.
Somebody gonna put that up your ass. Okay?
Oh! Flames!
He gets
Flames!
killed.
What the fuck?
Noah, save it.
Yeah. Terrible.
No, are you playing? Are you playing episode 1 right now?
Episode 5.
Inception!
Wait, who was that?
That
sounds
was
like me.
Donovan.
Welcome to the DMCBcast, where we listen to our own podcast.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
laugh at
awesome.
ourselves.
I think right now, before Leah tells her story, we should talk about our sponsors for today's podcast, Noah.
Okay.
Coca-Cola.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Is
The rich, sweet taste of Coca-Cola is, it's a good thing. It unites the world.
Isn't that yours?
Polar bears, Santa
No.
Claus, yada yada
It
yada,
can be
buy our
mine.
products.
It's mine now.
Coca-Cola
No, sir.
invented Santa Claus.
Yeah.
What is this?
Fun
No,
fact.
they
Also,
didn't.
today we're also sponsored by Keeping It Real with Charlie Arpin, the website. You can find his website at charliemovies.wordpress.com. Movie reviews, movie trivia, movie facts, movie articles.
Also,
Okay,
drink gold.
anything movies. The universe is a hologram.
Hey, Donovan, guess what?
No, it's not.
Buy gold.
Did you just say the
Drink
universe is a
rejected.
hologram?
Yes.
Drink gold.
Thank you.
Anyways, Leah, your story.
Okay, my Halloween excursion story.
Whoa,
So-
too scary. Slow down.
Okay, so
You're being trash.
I was making my way to Barks's a couple days ago, and you know that that empty minefield that you have to walk through to get there.
No.
Well,
No.
What?
Not in the slightest.
No, are we talking about the one on North
What?
Avenue?
Are you talking about the
yes,
remains
yes,
of Taco
the
Bell?
one on North Avenue. So
Yeah!
I had to walk through there,
I
and
know.
I saw a couple more dangerous teenagers than I normally do.
Oh.
Longfellow, it's Longfellow. They got the minefield's Longfellow.
So I decided I probably shouldn't stop and try to get food from them today, because usually that's something that they like to give you, but there were a few more than usual, and I was feeling a tad bit intimidated. So I decided to take the long way around through the demolished buildings and all of the radioactive material. But
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was worth it, so I wouldn't get beat up by
For
these
sure.
these people who didn't actually really have faces that I could see.
No face.
So as I was making this huge detour around,
Making your
I
way downtown.
making my way downtown.
fast.
I actually ran into a former colleague of mine, but it didn't actually look anything like them, and I don't think they were a real person. But I knew it was them. I knew it was them because we had that same connection that we used to. And I started catching up with them, and they weren't doing much. They were a rock. But
Wait, how
The Rock
were there
Johnson.
were there dubes?
I'm
involved?
sorry?
Dwayne?
Were there drugs involved?
Dwayne
Yes.
The Rock Johnson.
no,
Were
actually,
they on the drugs?
They were not on drugs.
Dwayne
They
Rock Johnson.
were just a rock.
Okay, so they weren't a rock because they were just a rock just based on
Well, no, I mean,
self.
her name was Kalina, and last time I saw her, she was getting married, and so I was really
Was she
glad.
a rock then, or was she a person then?
She was a person then.
You know what marriage
But
does
just
to some people.
I knew this was her because
Ball
just
and chain.
it had that same
Yes.
Kalina vibe coming off of it. So I was talking to her, and it was really
rich
nice to
summer
catch up
Kalina
with her.
She must have been a really boring person.
She didn't say much.
Oh.
Dang.
But I thought something was wrong by the way one of those really mutant rats were kind of like scratching at her. So I decided I was going to leave her alone.
You get all those mutant rats in Tosa. Whew.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I kept walking to Bart's, and you know how it's a long
Straight
walk.
rat.
So after walking through the abandoned minefield, I actually stumbled upon. Wow, it got very dark.
Too spooky!
I
Hey,
had to
spooky
walk.
negative to me.
Spookiness.
I had to walk through that that sewage tunnel that actually goes underground. Because I didn't feel safe with all of these
Yeah, the one that
ravens
goes
flying
under
around.
Taco Bell.
Yes,
Rest in
it was
peace.
it's near the old Taco Bell. The one that got torn
Tukubu?
down.
Can we have a moment of silence for Taco
Never
Bell real
forget.
quick?
Yes, please.
Just for that location.
Guys, ripping pepperonis for Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Live no mas.
Did we say a moment of silence or what, Noah? Jesus Christ.
Not a
Noah, you sacrilegious.
Not a moment of
I
bad
don't know,
jokes,
Leah.
Noah.
This story it just makes me feel.
I don't even like Taco Bell, and I was
Miles.
willing to respect it for a second.
You're
Keep
off.
going.
Continue.
Tom!
I've never met Tom. So exciting.
Yes! These costumes are brilliant.
Hello.
You guys are so cute.
Food goes in there, I guess. Or there.
We
I don't know.
have food in here, actually.
This is basically
Yeah,
just
just
my
put it
food I've
here.
been eating this entire time.
You trash.
Is that right?
Give me some food.
I stuck on something. I stepped on.
Oh, it's a rat!
Oh,
Run!
it's my cat.
It's a mutant rat.
Kyo's dead.
Oh,
I think it worked.
oh dear.
Wait,
I
guys.
like your costumes.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Oh,
say
yes,
into the
please introduce
microphone what you
yourself to
guys
the
are?
podcast.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
It's Sally
recording a
and Jack
podcast.
Skellington.
Welcome.
Hey guys, welcome to PA.
Jack
Why would you do that?
Does he look really uncomfortable?
I am. My eyes hurt.
Podcast Anonymous. I'm gonna break
Thanks for
this
that.
down.
Okay, we were actually in the middle of telling stories.
3 months
So.
Spooky
ago,
stories.
um,
Spooky stories for all.
Are they really
the
spooky?
adrenaline rush.
Well, Miles
This is
was.
bringing
I
it back.
realized I had a
Wait, what? My
Well,
story
like
was a waste of
badass.
time.
So it was spoopy.
Oh yeah, it was spooky.
And Tristan was
Tristan.
pulled into the.
I
It's been
missed
interesting.
Tristan already.
Please
Please continue.
continue.
Yeah,
Okay, you're
for
walking
Halloween,
into
I'm gonna be
Bart's.
Tristan.
By the way, this is 100%
That's too
real, no
scary.
matter what Miles says.
I don't know. I kind of smell bullshit.
It's 100% real. This happened to me 2 days ago.
Remnants
Okay,
of your
I
story.
think I
Miles.
remember what
Let her
happened
talk about her rock lady.
2 days
Come on.
ago. No, come on, I'm done talking about Kalina.
I know what's
She's
real.
done. She was
I
she was
just
with
got
that.
here.
Stop.
and
Okay.
I
Finish
smelled
with
some
Kalina.
bullshit,
Done
Whoa!
with Kalina, okay? I stopped talking to Kalina.
Was
She's
she a rock
Buster?
because she sounds like a
So,
Leon? That's a rock.
when you told Kalina that you were over with her, did you say that you were
no,
onion
no,
rings?
no. I just laughed.
Wait, hold
because-
on. So you dumped Kalina?
No.
Why do you
No,
dump
she was-
Kalina?
she's
Did you
married.
say
No, you never-
But not
You
you.
were cheating on her
I
husband.
just left.
Dating
I
Kalina?
left Kalina because she was getting scratched up by that
So
The
you just
rat.
left
Oh,
her
the
there?
video.
The hood rats, yeah.
Well, you know what? She looked busy. Okay.
Riff raff. Street rats.
Please
I
chill.
I don't
buy that because you steal everything.
Stop!
Finish the story. Go.
Okay,
Go.
so I was getting very nervous with these circling ravens that were flying around.
That's a metaphor for black people.
Yes,
isn't it?
okay, whatever.
Oh my god.
This is why Sam doesn't come with things.
Wow.
Doug will cut that out.
I can't do it right now.
Go back in time.
Please continue.
Yes.
From here.
No,
Sam, I
that's
don't
illegal.
like
That's actually going to be the title of the podcast. Is that a metaphor for black people?
No.
Oh, please no.
Bad publicity.
Punch me.
Just cut all of
Listen
this
to
out.
episode
That
6.
part.
Alright, let's all reset ourselves. Leah, take the story from where you were.
Yes, Leah.
Whoa, hold on.
Mitt Romney.
Noah likes me.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Okay, so should I start from the
Yes.
raven?
Yes,
Okay.
The beginning.
No.
Fuck you.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Fuck you, Miles.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I was getting quite uncomfortable with the circling ravens that are not black people. It is not a metaphor for black people. And so I decided that I should probably run into that underground sewer tunnel that that kind of avoids all of that. By this time it was getting kind of dark, and I was not feeling comfortable with where I was.
I mean, you were in a sewer tunnel.
I
It was
left
pretty dark.
the outside to go into the safety of the sewer tunnel, okay? Miles.
Miles, if you
Fucking
continue
God.
making comments like that, I will shave your head.
Let me take.
I have no problem with that. I am in need of a haircut.
I can tell.
Dude, I was just like you.
Okay, so after probably another 10 minutes, I exited the sewer tunnel after a series of very strange encounters. But I finally managed to get to Bartz's. And I walked in, and they were all out of what I needed. So,
Was it Ben Nye?
Yeah, what did
it was
you
Ben Nye. It was Ben Nye.
Ben Nye the
with makeup.
Science Guy?
No.
What?
No.
Okay, when I went to Bart's,
Thanks, Tom.
they didn't have gray.
I know that you have to make your own gray.
Dude, they almost didn't
didn't have
have
black
cobwebs.
Make your
No.
own gray. Did you mean make your own blue?
Just Bart's is not a quality.
Wow. All right. You're gonna
Sorry,
I will confiscate
Just take these.
your
stickers.
costume.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What do you
Just
mean?
take it, Eves, and just.
So instead of actually buying face makeup, I ended up just like finding a bunch of like white powder on the ground, and I took that and like mixed it with milk.
Oh.
Was it cocaine?
And then I brought it
There's a
home,
moral
and
to
it
the
kind of
story.
smelled a bit toxic, but I decided it was worth it
I'm
for the
going
sake
into
of my
the Great Blue
costume.
Yonder.
Miles, I swear to fucking God.
Thanks.
Hopefully he won't.
So
see
by
that.
this time, my face was halfway corroded off, and I decided
I
that
can tell.
yeah, I did a really good job with the makeup to make it not look like
Who's in
that.
here anymore?
No one.
I am so done.
Yeah, I don't even know who's in
so
here.
done.
It's okay. I respect your storytelling skills.
Oh my god.
How long has it taken me to tell this story?
Like a while.
It has taken me a very long time.
A
People
long
keep
time.
interrupting.
Collect things off the ground to put on your face.
Well, okay, it's just
Okay, do you not?
it's
Is
just
this a metaphor?
It's just this.
Is it a metaphor for white people?
Slightly toxic powder that I found on the ground and mixed it with milk, and I mean it was quite viscous and it kind of moved a little, but it was what I needed.
What do you mean by this?
And so I ended up paying Bart's handsomely for their toxic material that was on the ground, and I highly recommend you guys go there. So this is actually a very long and extended advertisement for Bart's. So everyone,
Product placement is not your job, Leah.
Head
Yeah, it's my
Bart's.
job.
Okay, that's the end of my
We're sponsored by Bart's.
my trek to Sparks'.
Your Shrek to sports.
My Shrek to
My
Sparks'.
Shrek to Sparks.
Is
So you
Tom
can
in
say
the
that
room
part
right now?
again.
I'm
Tom.
sorry.
Tom is
You
in
say
the
the story
Tom,
again.
do you have any
Oh, wait.
scary stories?
Wait,
Fuck
guys.
I
everyone!
don't
Get
have any
away!
scary stories.
Guys, Madison and Tom have to introduce themselves.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Who are you, Madison and Tom?
Well, we're Madison and Tom
Oh, good to know.
from the Madison and Tom Show.
Oh, nice.
Okay, love it.
Available every Tuesday, Thursday, and Moon Day on iTunes for $50.
Fantastic.
Madison,
What a
who
deal.
are you?
Episode
What
or,
a
like, the
deal.
entire
What?
series?
Who are you?
Are you sponsoring the podcast?
Who am I?
No.
You'll have to ask me more specific questions than that.
That's a
Who are you
big
dressed
question,
as?
Noah. That's a big
Oh,
question.
I'm dressed as Sally
From.
from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
And I am Tom, and I am Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
And they
I like that
DQ.
bow tie.
Which is
Thank
funny
you.
because his last name in
Is
reality is
Wellington.
He's Wellington. These are
Ah.
It's too
Somebody
spooky.
sat on them.
Too
They said
spooky.
they weren't.
Fun
And I was,
fact:
like,
someone
sitting
at work
there.
used to call me Skelly and Skellington without ever seeing the movie or knowing what I was talking about
It's just all
when
tied
I
together.
mentioned it.
Someone
Well,
used to call
that's
you.
quality.
To be.
So, Tom, my question is: when you started working at Maxie's, did people start calling you Beef Wellington?
No.
Wait, you work at
Can we
Maxie's?
start
I do
calling
work
you
in
Beef
Max's.
Wellington?
I might have seen you while you were
Beef
at work.
Wellington,
No.
best damn
Best
restaurant
damn
I've ever been to.
I
No?
fucking.
I have candid
Wait,
interviews
what?
from 4 different people talking about your race.
Maybe, I don't know.
side of the
Maybe.
Mississippi.
Dono, we still have
I've never seen your
we need
face
to
before,
continue
so I
making
can't
it.
tell.
Yes.
I still haven't seen your face
When was the
because
last
you're in
time
the
you
dark.
went to Maxie's?
Like 2.5 weeks ago.
Then maybe.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's
Audrey.
entirely possible.
Yeah.
I just
Also,
remembered an
Donovan?
interesting
Yes.
story.
What's
make
your
that a
interesting
thing.
story, Noah?
Whoa, Noah.
Tom.
Lay it on me.
Okay, so you remember how we saw each other ish
Tom,
before we even knew who we were?
Yeah.
Oh, this story's
Yeah, where we
scary.
were at the
Posted
same
the
exact
resource
place,
thing.
and
Yeah.
yet we missed each other
Yeah,
by literally feet.
we were in the same
I'm so
row.
sorry.
Yeah.
My friend
Catch
commented
your
on your
mouth shut, you'd be
t-shirt
safe.
Yeah.
to me, not to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
had pink hair at the time.
Yeah, I did have pink hair. I miss it so much.
I liked your pink hair.
I liked my pink hair too, and I hate
saw it and I was
Peter.
like, damn.
I honestly thought you were in your mid-20s at Rosie's party.
I
See?
did too, actually.
I mean, I haven't
Yeah.
had any.
How old
like,
even are you?
involvement in
I'm
the thing
16.
I
whatsoever.
hate you.
I'm sorry.
You make me cry. You are the reason why I am.
Or honestly,
I mean,
or
I'm
Nick
I'm
Man.
the
I thought
reason
you were
why
talking about
I'm bitter
Peter.
too, so it's okay.
I'm like, what?
I'm just
I'm so sad.
I'm just the worst.
What?
It's okay.
When is
What?
what the fuck? When is your
There's another
birthday?
story.
February.
Okay.
Fuck you! You're
Hey,
younger
guys.
than I am.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Ah!
How old did you think I was?
Hold it.
Noah's got a very scary story.
Wait, hold on. How old did you think I was?
Mid-20s.
I thought, yeah.
Dude, fuck
See,
you.
Brian thought that too.
Fuck you.
Okay, if it helps, that might just be because I'm like 90 on the inside.
You're 90 on the inside.
Right.
Actually,
Guys.
I took one of those tests and I turned out to be a bald 50-year-old male who
I took
doesn't
one of
actually
those
have any
tests.
kids.
Mine told me I was in my mid-30s and I was a recent dad, so sounds about right.
You can make kids, Tom. Test tube babies. They're all the rage.
They're my favorite.
Fun science experiment.
Best French dessert ever.
Oh god, no, stop.
Alright.
Test tube babies.
I'm worried about you.
I have a scary story that I'm gonna tell.
No, is it anything? Can I
Yes,
ask you a
Brian.
If
question?
it has to do with
Is
some
it
of the
out
following:
context
Smash
being
Mouth,
quotes?
Shrek, ogres in general, Kanye West,
Can it be about
Sonic.
communism?
Windows
Okay,
Vista,
scary sto-
Steve
A
Ballmer,
scary story
developers.
about communism? It
Developers.
still exists.
Developers,
That's not a scary story.
Can it be
Developers.
about
Developers.
Kanyeism?
Kanyeism is life.
Yeah, can it be about Kanye?
What about Kanye Fist?
What about that Kanye West George Bush fan fiction that I found?
Stop.
No.
Don't do it. That's too much for
You were
this.
the greatest president I ever knew. I was great.
Do you have like paper
Once.
plates and stuff for like Max's pie?
What?
She baked pumpkin pie.
Wait, guys, that should be
Yeah,
in
where's
review.
some of that?
Madison, that was so nice.
What
You're
plate?
lovely.
I'm
Oh,
so
wait.
excited, honestly.
Yeah.
We'll get them after we finish.
Guys,
this.
guys, food review.
The Munchos.
Miles, I have a
Miles.
story.
Miles.
What even are they?
Hey.
What is that?
Hey, you.
They're potato
Yeah,
crisps.
you. Listen to Noah's
The
story.
potato crisp.
Potato crisp. Stop.
Alright. This story is called Blackout at
Threatening
3rd
bikini.
and Main. I've always had a fascination for the paranormal, investigating ghost stories and urban legends since I was a kid. If I ever heard a story that included the words, "They say if you go there at midnight," then I was there at midnight waiting for a genuine encounter. In hindsight, I wish I hadn't.
Like
You
a.
chase a set.
Sorry, I had a question, but never
Yes?
mind.
What?
Never mind. It's okay.
It's too late, you interrupted.
If you chase a shadow long enough, you're bound to find the caster. Trust me when I say this, you don't want to know. Yeah, I know that's how these stories usually begin.
Is this
Please don't read this, or...
Oh.
I don't care if you don't believe me, but...
What are you doing?
I actually thought he was.
If it piques your curiosity, keep reading. No, hold on. It piques your curiosity, keeps you reading. Okay. Well, I'm warning you now, and I want you to listen carefully. You don't want to know. Keep your thrills vicarious, stay behind your computer monitor where it's safe. You're better off wondering and guessing, because curiosity without discretion is a dangerous thing.
No, what is this? I'm sorry.
I haven't gotten to the story.
Oh,
No,
I know. All I'm hearing is descriptive
No, I'm
words.
cutting you off.
That's
I'm
That
cutting you off.
disclaimer makes
No,
me
no,
hate
I'm cutting you
myself.
off.
Wait, I have a story.
Donovan, there's an actual
Sam has a
story.
story.
What are you doing?
There
with
is an
your
actual
wallet?
story here. That's how all of these stories begin.
With
All
a lot
of
Your
them.
finger puppet on your wallet.
All of them.
Is that what you're doing right now?
That would be so
I'm not scared.
I'm scared.
Oh, you should have
I now have
listened
your car and
to
your
Miles's
wallet. I can do whatever I want.
his thing. That was quite the story.
No.
Sonic.exe.
Alright.
Whoa.
The two
That was too much.
Tristan! Woo! Tristan, why?
Tristan died. Whatever happened?
Okay,
to
Tristan
Wait, hold
didn't
on.
die. He was
Tom
just
is
gone.
in the story.
No, he was put into the computer, but nothing ever
Whoa.
actually happened to him.
Yeah, they just didn't mention it.
You mean Tom?
Thomas the
Or-
Dank
Yeah,
Engine?
Tom.
Okay.
Thomas the Dank Engine
You.
is life.
That's fine. You can call me that if you want.
Old Tom.
Can I
Oh,
see
beef
that?
welling, Tom? Thanks,
I
Tom.
swear to God.
You
if
can't really say no.
Sorry.
You already have your wallet and your keys.
But I
What
swear
about-
to God.
You're missing a vital
What about
component.
Tommy Wellet?
Your
Yeah, Tom
security
Willibelly.
number?
That's what?
Tom Willy Belly?
That would help, yeah.
No, Skelly Belly.
Is it in your wallet?
Skelly Belly?
No.
So,
Is your driver's
Beef
license?
Willing Tom is a no-go.
No.
Know that it's not a no-go, or
I swear to God.
That's a flattering picture.
It is a no-go.
It's better than
Alright.
John Serrano.
GoPro?
My license is actually a pretty good picture.
We're not even
I'm
funny.
really proud of myself.
Yeah, we're the worst podcast.
We're
out there.
not even
Hey,
funny.
Miles.
We're all just
How long
talking
has
at
it been
Can you
going
throw
on
me
there?
my purse?
Oh, I was about to say, do you want more crisps?
No,
Those
not
are, like,
in a
amazing.
million years.
Well, guess what you're getting? You're getting the crisps.
I don't want the crisps.
You're getting the crisps.
I don't want the crisps.
So, Noah and I have come to a joint
It's
decision
not even in my purse.
that this is, in
So
fact, the
sad.
end of the DMCBcast for today.
I want it in my wallet,
Wait, really?
Yeah.
but I cannot.
All right.
That's spoopy.
Yay!
So, for the DMCBcast, I'm Donovan McBride.
I am, as always, Noah Libner.
I'm Leah Pulse.
Who are you pointing?
Brian Kimball Beersock.
Beer sock.
Just keep going around the room.
Brian!
I'm Miles, and I have again
Beer sock,
ruined
question mark.
yet another podcast.
Again.
You
yet
have.
another-
You
I've
definitely have.
yet again.
I'm Sam Nolensky, and I approve this message.
I'm Audrey, space lesbian head.
There it is.
Lesbian head.
I don't want the crisps.
Floating
This is the
lesbian.
last part of the identity
Tom,
to be
not floating space lesbian Wellington.
I'm
Nerd.
Madison. Just
And have a nice day, everyone.
Wait, we have to have questions.
Oh, yes.
Q&A?
I almost forgot.
This
Q&A.
is shit.
Questions.
This is
Yeah.
shit.
There's way too many people that have
This
this
is
amount of
so
questions.
shit.
You can
Okay,
ask
just
me,
you and I
can
have questions.
Alright, my
Or-
question.
No, we can record them later.
Later.
That's a good point.
This is done. This is done. We already said
Okay,
Is it
goodbye.
done? Is it ever done?
It's done.
Fine!